Murray here again from IgniteU. We are excited to have a special guest with us here tonight. So we've started a new feature at IgniteU where we are going live probably about 3 times a week, and we are showcasing one of our members. And for those of you who don't know what IgniteU is, we are a local Pierce County area membership-based networking group, and we have close to 500 members. We meet twice a week on Fridays for breakfast and lunch on Tuesdays. Any one of those meetings, we usually have anywhere from 80 to 120 people to show up for it. Last Friday, we were at 134. We had a special guest speaker. So if you're looking for a networking home, you're looking for a place to share your business, connect with other business leaders in the community, come on, check us out at IgniteU. We would love to have you. And with that, I'm not going to talk anymore about IgniteU right now because we have a special guest. Hopefully we've got her on here. I'm going to check and see if we've got her. Miss Angie Whitten from Harmony Photography.
Hello.
Woo, we're there, baby. The technology worked. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this IgniteU on here, and I'm going to pop up your information right there. So let's talk about, well, we're not going to talk about Harmony Photography yet. We're going to get to that. First of all, let's talk about Angie Whitten. So tell me about you. Where did you grow up? If you're married now, what's your cool husband's name? And what kind of fun stuff do you like to do? Where did you go to school to learn photography? All that good stuff so people can learn a little bit of background about the awesome and talented Miss Angie.
You're so sweet. So I grew up in Tacoma in University Place. I went to Curtis High School. I am married to a wonderful man named Jeff, who is the kindest person I've ever known in my life. Like, what a neat thing to be able to say about your spouse. Right? Like, honestly, I can say he's like the kindest person I've ever known. Also the smartest. We have 3 kids. I have 2 stepdaughters, 20 and 21, and then a son who is biologically mine, who's 24. And we live in Puyallup. I went to school for photography at the New York Institute of Photography. And for fun, I'm a singer. That's why it's Harmony Photography. I sing in a worldwide organization called Sweet Adelines. I am a bass. We sing a cappella. So I'm in a quartet sort of right now. And I just auditioned for a new chorus last night and passed. So very excited.
Right on. So did you tell us where you grew up?
Yeah, Tacoma, University Place.
So you've been here your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
Never lived anywhere else.
And how long you and your lovely hubby, I love Jeff, you guys have been married just a short time, just a few years, right?
Yeah, I think we got married 5 months before I joined IgniteU. So when we started doing the presentations, I had a hard time remembering to say Whitten because it was still new. So.
And you guys got married in Paris, France, didn't you?
We got engaged in Paris.
You got engaged.
Yeah.
In Paris. Where'd you get married? In Puyallup?
Yeah.
So tell us, just because, what the heck? How did your hubby propose to you in Paris?
Oh my goodness! So because we had missed a stop on the bus, we almost missed this dinner cruise that he had planned, and he was panicking. And if you've ever met my husband, he doesn't panic. So our cab driver didn't speak English, so we were both trying to explain to him what we meant by the foot of the Eiffel Tower. But he didn't understand what that meant. So because they don't call it the foot. So we're like trying to like do hand signals and, there's water and there's lots of water. So anyway, so we found the boat cruise and we're on the river cruise having dinner and he's kind of looking out the window every 30 seconds. And he starts talking about how this has been the best time of his life. Hey, Lori. It has been the best time of his life and that he loves me more than anything. And he keeps looking out the window and he's talking really slowly. And I'm like, okay, what's he looking for? Well, he was waiting until the boat was under the lock bridge. If you've ever heard of the lock bridge in Paris, then anybody who declares their love under the lock bridge, their love is sealed forever. So he proposed right when we went under the lock bridge. So then we get there and he's going backwards. And all of a sudden he starts talking really fast. He's like, anyway, so you're the best thing that's ever happened to me and will you marry me? And I was like, what just happened? So it was super romantic. The whole boat is cheering and taking pictures.
Oh my gosh.
And the Eiffel Tower, not every night, but some nights does like a light show. And right when we got off the boat, the light show started with the music. And he looked at me and he said, I feel like that's just for us.
Oh,
and it was like the most romantic. And he's a hockey player. Who knew they were romantic? But it was like
that is so awesome.
I know.
Did you have any idea that he was going to propose to you on that trip?
We were visiting 5 countries on that trip. So I kind of thought maybe, but I wasn't expecting anything. It definitely surprised me. It was like the most romantic thing ever. So.
Oh my gosh. So does he, and my wife is watching this right now, so I'm going to be in some trouble because I don't do these romantic things. So, so does he still do romantic things for you? I'm going to get myself even deeper because if you say yes, and you tell me a story about it, I'm in a lot of trouble, but I'm going to go with it anyway. Does he still do romantic stuff?
That's like definitely the most romantic thing, but he's just really, it's not like the big grand gestures like that. It's in the day-to-day, like helping me pick something up off the floor or making dinner because I had a long day. It's those kind of things that I think are truly romantic because it's when nobody's watching. You know, if you do things when it's not going to be on Facebook, that's what I think is super kind. So, and he does it all the time. Super thoughtful.
Wow. And some people are saying on here, they're saying some of us at home had an inkling it was going to happen. So other people thought it was going to happen, but you were still surprised, right?
It was.
That's awesome. All right. That is so cool. So let's talk about your photography business. I know people are here to check out your photography. You are an amazing photographer. Tell me how you, because I know you used to be in the car business doing things. Tell me more about the photography and how you ended up getting into photography.
So I was in the car industry for 20 years. And on that trip to Europe, I was working at a dealership. And the day after we got home, I got laid off. So I came back from this amazing Europe trip and got engaged and so excited. And then I got laid off. So it was like devastating. I actually asked if he wanted the ring back. He's like, no. So I was looking for work at dealerships and he said, what are you doing? And I was like, well, it's all I know. And he's like, I don't think it is. He said, you said on our first date, if you could be anything, you'd be a photographer. So why don't you just do that? And I was like, okay, I'll just be a photographer. And he's like, actually, it's one of the few professions that you can just be one. And I was like, huh. And he's like, we'll figure it out. We'll give you a couple of years, see if you can give it legs and make a real thing out of it. And if it doesn't work, you can find something out or something else. And it definitely worked. So it's like way launched and kicking butt and taking names right now. So this lovely romantic guy who asked you to marry him underneath a lock bridge in Paris is also the guy that basically told you to pursue your dreams. Yeah.
All right. So
he's the best
we all know this guy's a keeper now, right?
Yeah, he's definitely a keeper.
If I was single, I think I'd
never a question.
Yeah. That is so awesome. So you've been doing the photography full time for just about 3 years then, right?
Full time since a few months after my car accident. Because I was doing 2 part-time jobs before my accident. And then I lost them after the accident and went full time and have been full time. And that was April 10th of 2016.
Okay. So tell me what kind of photography you specialize in. Is there stuff that you don't do? Is there stuff that you prefer to do? Tell me about that.
I have a few favorites. I love to do weddings, babies, like newborns, less than 2 weeks old. Boudoir, which is like sexy photos for your partner kind of thing. I did, like today, I had a family session this morning. Then I went to IgniteU. Then I had a real estate shoot. Then I had a vacation rental shoot. Then I had a boudoir session reveal. So it's like kind of all over the place what I do. But I love doing weddings, babies, and boudoir the most.
So are there anything that you don't shoot?
I don't do drone work, but we have an awesome person at IgniteU that does, Michaela. And then I don't do a lot of pets because I'm allergic to a lot of animals.
Okay. And by the way, if anyone is out there and you're watching and you want to ask any questions of Angie, just pop them in the comments below. Also, do us a favor to help get the word out about her awesome stuff is hit the share button. So wherever you're watching from, there should be a share button on the bottom. Hit the share button so other people can see this beautiful lady. I love her to death. And then if you have any questions, pop them on there. We'll pop them up on the screen, and if we have time for them, so she can answer your questions as well. So let's. Anything else about photography you want to add to it? Anything? Let me ask you this: what's been your favorite photo shoot to date so far?
I can't put my finger on one, but I'm sure it would be a boudoir shoot because just the way that it makes women see themselves differently. I had one. Okay, I do have one. She had recently lost about 100 pounds, and she said, "I hate my body. I want to hide all my gross skin, and it's just gross. I have all this hanging skin." And I was like, "Well, what a shame that you worked so hard to lose that weight." And it comes out during the session that she had summited Mount Everest a few months before, and I was like, "How about you love that about your body that you were able to do that?" So we go to the, I do same day viewings on my boudoir session. So she leaves for an hour and comes back, and she's looking at her photos and she's just totally stonewall at them, which is not normal. And I was like, "So what do you think?" She said, "I think you lied to me." And I was like, "Oh, okay. What do you think I lied about?" And she said, "I think you photoshopped these."
No
and
way, really?
Yeah, I was like, okay, so I'm not sure you understand. I mean, like most people don't know how involved photoshopping is, but to really Photoshop an image, it takes between 30 and 45 minutes. And for one image to really to do a Photoshop job that she was thinking I had done.
Okay.
And I was like, "So how long were you gone?" And she said, "An hour." And I said, "And how many images are there?" And she said, 62. And I was like, "So after you left, I first had to pick the keepers. Then you think that I photoshopped 62 photos in an hour. That would be, I should do that for a living if that's what I did." And she looked at me and just tears. And she said, "Is that what I look like?" I said, "Yes, that's what you look like. All I did was crop and color correct these. I'm really big on that. I don't edit people because I think they're beautiful the way they are." So that was really, I knew I had made a difference in her.
Wow, that is awesome. That's exciting. I got goosebumps as you're telling that story.
Thank you.
So we have a question from Patti. She says, "So can you elaborate more on why babies before 3 months old are fun to photograph?"
They're all, I love babies. I'm a baby fanatic. Hi, Patti, by the way. She's in the chorus that I auditioned for last night and passed the audition. So if they're under 3 weeks old, you're actually born with 280 bones in your body. And so if you want to do a pose like this, where see how her toes are touching her elbows? Can't do that if they're older than 3 weeks old. They also don't sleep as much. So to get them nice, creamy, wrapped up in a little bundle where they're all, pretzeled up, they really need to, because your bones start fusing. And like you can do it up to 6 weeks, but it's best if they're less than 3 weeks. So yeah, so they're just bendier and sleepier.
Well, now she wants you. She says, "I have a 1-month-old granddaughter I want you to photograph." So there you go.
I'd love to.
So there's get your follow up and get that done. Oh, then we get a cut of that since it happened on this show, right? On the channel, we get a cut. All right, let's talk about
somebody that I think my assistant is talking to about coming to IgniteU.
Right on. So let's talk about that. So let's talk about IgniteU, because you've been a member. Well, tell us how long you've been a member and how you found out about us and why IgniteU felt like a good fit for you.
So I've been a member just over 3 years. And how I found out about it, I had met your wife at a chamber event, and she had told me about it, but I had tried some other networking groups and hadn't really found one that kind of felt like home. So I was photographing one of the members, Mark Mattingly, and his beautiful fiance at the time, Sean. It's now his wife. We were doing an engagement session, and we're sitting afterwards, drinking some tea on the porch swing. And Mattingly starts telling me about IgniteU, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I think Sherry told me about it. I haven't really found anything." And he's like, "Just come. I'll buy you lunch. Just come check it out." And I was like, okay, I didn't want to be rude. He's a new client, like, okay, I'll go to lunch. And I walked in, and within like 2 minutes, I knew I had found my home. It was like, this is my tribe. These are my people. My mom calls it my, without being blasphemous, like my church. Like, this is my group of people. When something goes wrong or goes right, these are my people. And I could not be more grateful for you guys.
So give us, I know you and I were talking about this as an example of that when you said, these are my people. And you talked about an example of when you had your car accident and you had some of our people, some of our family had stepped up. Tell that story.
Okay, so first of all, first thing the next morning, your wife called me to make sure I was okay and told me how to proceed with insurance because she used to do that. There was an outpouring from IgniteU to include the waitress at the casino bringing me flowers.
Wow.
Which is just amazing. But I think the most impactful thing was the day after the accident, Brian Harding from the Plumbing and Drain Company and his girlfriend at the time showed up. They rang the doorbell. I couldn't walk yet. So my best friend went and answered the door, and it was them. And they had brought 2 weeks worth of cooked meals for us. And Stacy's an amazing cook if you've never had her food. And I think I had met him twice, so I didn't even really know them very well. And they said, "We're not here to stay. We just wanted to come bring you this. It'll help you through the next, the next couple weeks." And it was just such a selfless, kind thing to do. I got cards. I had one member mail me cash. Like, I don't know if this will help, but here's some money.
Wow.
Like when I needed this group, when I got rides because I couldn't drive for 8 months, people out of IgniteU were giving me rides everywhere, not just to IgniteU, to gigs, to doctor's appointments, to physical therapy, to family. I mean, this group is something special. It's not like a networking group. It's like all of the best people in one room. And to have that really have people assimilate when there's so many people and have them all still be really good people of character is just mind-blowing to me. And it's because of what you guys bring to the room.
Wow.
So
I always tell you how impactful you are, the things that you say, and I'll just tell you, like right now, there's people out there watching, but there's a lady sitting across the table from me. You know her as my wife. And she's sitting over there just wiping away tears from her face right now. And I'm like trying to look at her and keep a straight face, like, come on, don't be doing this in front of me. So I'm sitting there going, no, I don't have any tears. But she's making this a little bit more difficult on me. So I knew when you told that story, she was going to have a hard time with it. And you're right. Brian and Stacy. Stacy's cooking is awesome. But those are two of our favorite people as well. And we're all just a big family. So tell me this one. So awesome story about just the family type part of it. Let's talk about the business as far as generating business from there. What's happened to you in 3 years of you being in business in 2 years full-time, whatever? Just tell us a story about that.
Okay, so there are, I checked once, there are over 700 registered photography businesses in Pierce County. There aren't that many studios, but there are that many registered businesses. So it is a huge, there's a lot of competition. So trying to find something that separates you and find a tribe like yours, I don't know that I would be in business if it wasn't for IgniteU. I went from my first year, which was 2015, I did $7,000 in the year. And then this last year I did almost 6 figures, like so close. And I get, last year was 68%. I would guess that it's closer to 75% right now of my business out of this group and their referrals.
So I gotta go back. I gotta make sure I heard that. So your first year, so you've been doing the business for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So your first year you did $7,000.
Yeah, the second year was 30.
Second year's 30, and this third year that you're just wrapping up your third year right now.
No, I'm sorry. So 2015, 2016, 2017.
Okay,
I
so
don't know.
now you're working for you. So your third year you did almost 6 figures, and you're saying that 75% of that comes via IgniteU and the referrals from IgniteU.
Yep.
You got to be kidding me.
Mm-mm.
Wow. Wow. I'm not even sure what to say now. Wow.
Well, I think if you just bring your authentic self into the room and you show people what you do and you're consistent about going and showing up and you make yourself memorable, the business follows. It really does. And I'm sure I'll break 6 figures this year. I'm sure, unless, like, God forbid something happens where, I mean, there's no way that I won't. And
it's still about the same number. 75% of your business still comes via IgniteU and the referrals.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so for people who are watching who aren't members yet, or let's do this. For people who are watching that are members yet, give me one thing that you can tell them that's going to make or break their success, their networking, one thing that they need to do, one thing they need to follow, one tip advice. Tell me that one first, and I got another question for you. So speak to the people who are members first. What do they need to do?
So I have a larger than life personality in IgniteU, and I tick it up like 2 on the dial. So I'm not always that gregarious, but you have to be memorable. People have to remember you. So if you call for a volunteer, ask a question, I'm going to raise, it's like, just be memorable. Like, if you go introduce yourself to people, don't, when you get there, sit down and start eating, like, go and meet people. The more you do that, and then give excellent customer service to people, because they will refer you. Just be memorable and be authentic. Don't go in there for the sale. Go in there to meet people.
I love it. So tell me this one then. For the people who are watching this, they've made it this far to the end and they are not members yet. Doesn't matter what their business is. What do you tell them?
Same thing Mark said. Just try it. Just show up once. I mean, I'll buy your lunch or your breakfast if you're my guest. Just show up once. I mean, you guys have that referral program that if you get 2 people to join, your membership's free. I don't think I've paid in 3 years. I think I've signed up like 16 people. I mean, the group speaks for itself.
That's something else. So this time, you're talking about building a 6-figure income with 75% of that coming via IgniteU, and you don't even pay for a membership anymore. Did you just say that correctly?
I feel like I maybe shouldn't have told you that. But I don't think I've paid for 3 years. Like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, you don't make a bunch off of me, Kieran.
Yes, we do, from all the referrals, and that's what's even more important is that you've seen the vision, and you invited all these other people, and you've built the family. You've helped build a family, so that all the other people can connect with all those people you've brought in. That's the vision, and you're the one that's out there doing it. So it wouldn't be the size
affordable. Like, as networking groups go, it's so affordable. Like, it's a no-brainer. Just try it. Like, just show up once and see what you think. That's
awesome. I'm going to put up on the screen again your business name. There's Harmony Photography. I want to make sure everybody sees that. My lovely guest, Miss Angie Whitten. I also want to show them your website, myharmonyphotography.com. That's where they can contact you, right?
Well, I do free consultations if you go to harmony.photography, but that's where you can see my work.
Awesome. Okay. And then also, if you need just a caller, so if you have any questions about a free consultation or anything else, just call her. Just pick up the phone, 253-880-2672. Did I get all that correct?
You did.
Awesome. So, folks, we are totally stoked to have Angie Whitten, not only as a member of IgniteU, but she is one of our favorite people on this planet. She's one of our best friends. She's our, she's going to be the only one who understands this, but she's our Yankee Rose. Yes. And no one else gets that except you. And so we are glad that you are here. We're glad you're part of the family. Thank you for taking the time out tonight. If you guys are listening, hit the share button. You got to get this word out. If you guys are looking for an awesome photographer, She's it. If you guys are looking for someone to come and check out IgniteU with, let her know and come with Angie, and she can bring you in and she can introduce you around. Like she said, she'll buy you breakfast or lunch, and she will connect you with a lot of people who could probably help you build your business. So with that, we're going to sign off. Thanks again, Angie, for being here. We will see you. We're going to see you on Friday morning.
Absolutely, always.
All right, we'll see you Friday morning, girl. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you.
Thank you.